Hello and welcome to the channel. If you are new, then welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm Jamie. This was just delivered. This is the Upcrate 33, which is the May of 22 art subscription box. They recently changed their box design last month, and it looks like they might be changing the color on the box every month now. Last month we had kind of a pastel lime green color for the square and on the sticker, and this month it's orange, as well as the little eyes that they have peeking there. I am actually very excited to dig into this box. I have seen some spoilers since the UK gets their boxes about a week before we do here in the US, and I already know what's in this box. I don't know what color variations I'm getting of the products, but I am very excited about this box. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up and dig right in. So let's see here. The first thing I need to do is cut this sticker. If you hear any background sound, I apologize. My kids are home for the summer and they are watching the new Sonic movie in the other room with the surround sound on. Okay, so I'll pull off the pull tab to open this up. And let's dig right in. We have the standard little pouch that the supplies come in, and information that is included in the box. This is the stickers for the month. That's very neat stickers. I really love the stickers that they provide. It's a nice vinyl sticker, and it's not transparent decals. Those are really cool. I'm kind of wondering if they were going with the whole mermaid theme that tends to go on for May. It looks like there's going to be a price change. Normal month subscriptions, they gone up €2, so it's only a couple dollars more a month. So that's not too bad. They usually have really good value boxes from what I've seen and what I've received so far. So if they keep up with that is perfectly fine. It's still cheaper than boxes we have here. The shipping is free worldwide. This is the artwork from the co-captain that is featured this month, and it looks like Tintani. Her name is Tanya at Tintani on Instagram, and it says that she is a artist and graphic designer based in Germany. So if you'd like to check out her work, there is her username for Instagram, and it looks like she creates some pretty cool characters given the stickers and the artwork here. So that's worth checking out. It looks like we're getting 3 sheets of paper this month instead of a whole pad. And once I get this open, I'll get into the bottle post to look the information about the products. And this is what I was afraid of. Okay, so one of the items that we are receiving is the Winsor and Newton India inks. And I have the white, black, gold, and silver. So I was really hoping I would get one of the colors because they were giving out different colors from their line. So it looks like I've got another white, which isn't the end of the world. That's fine. I am not going to open this one since I have one open already. I will go ahead and put this aside and use my other one. We also have 2 Van Gogh half pan watercolors, and it looks like I get Indian yellow and rose. which is a pink color. So these are also made by Royal Talons. And from what I've heard and seen, these pigments are amazing. So I look forward to trying the Van Gogh watercolors out. We also have Skrim Watercolors. They are made in Germany, and if I'm not mistaken, I think they're handmade. And this is a coupon for 10% off your first order. Okay. And then we get a little swatch card with little dots on the card. So that's pretty neat. Looks like they might have gotten warmed up or something and they kind of slid off the glue. But we have Cosmic Wave, Moon Dust, Atlantis, Raw Gold, and Osiris Red. Sorry about that little technical difficulty. So these are just little watercolor dots, and it's got the colors here, and it looks like some of these are metallic, at least the smaller ones are, and then the larger ones are just regular watercolor. So those will be interesting to try. Looks like we're also getting a water brush, and I don't have one quite like this yet, so this is going to be different. And we are getting a nice little paintbrush here, and it looks like it's got metal that's holding the hairs in the brush. So this is interesting. I do not have a brush like this yet. It's not your normal ferrule. So this should be interesting. I need to look at the bottle post to see information on it. Okay, I'm going to set this aside, as well as this and this. Okay, so here is the bottle post, and it looks like the theme with the book, or with the magazine, is Disco Party. This is some information about Skrim. Oh, the huge dots are Pacific Blue and Deep Orange. It says to make sure to let color work on your brush until the water has dissolved the pigments. Your result will be more opaque and luminous. It's retails for €9.99 in euros. Information about Skrim and their companies and their products. Some examples of the product being used. It looks like they specialize in metallic and holographic paints. They also have color changing and glow in the dark, pearlescent, and regular watercolors. So that is pretty neat. And then information about the Van Gogh half pans. They retail for €2.35 in euros per watercolor pan. This paintbrush says it is a, I don't know how to pronounce that, a La Vis Fave brush. It says it's handmade in France. Synthetic fibers are two-toned and held in place by 4 triple copper bridges. The round brush tip has a diameter of 5.5 millimeters and is 23 millimeters long. It tapers to a point at the front without a ferrule or tube. This construction is stable and durable. So that is interesting. The water brush is a water tank brush and retails for $3 and, well, 3.5 euros, I guess we can say. It says it's unlike any other. You can fill it by holding the tip into the water and squeezing the handle, which will suck the water into the tank. So that is different. See if I can manage without messing that up. Information about the Winsor & Newton inks, which retail for €3.30 in euros. And I know you can do quite a bit with this. They work great in with glass dip pens, calligraphy pens. You can use brushes with them really well. I have used some before. As I said, I've got 4 colors already, and they usually have great coverage. You can go a long way with just a little bit of it. So next is the St. Cuthbert's Mill watercolor paper, and I think it's cold pressed cotton. Let's see. Is made of 100% cotton and traditionally produced in a cylinder mold machine. Each sheet is powdered with calcium carbonate to protect and preserve finish works. Okay, so it doesn't say from what I can, oh yes, right there, cold pressed. So it is cold pressed, and 3 sheets inside the box, retails $56.99 in euros for 20 sheets. So divide 57 by 3. I'll have to figure that out and try to translate it to dollars. And then information about the co-captain, her works, very nice illustrative style. Great form to her figures. So that's interesting. Looks like there's some tips and a how-to video link. Art hacks, which is tips for using the watercolors. I am not too worried about reading the tips because it's just a watercolor. And there's other information. It looks like we've got some information about some other artists that do similar work. Let's see. Color ranges that you can get with the colors given in the set here with mixing. And then other pieces of work done with the work. This is artworks that people have done back in February with the boxes that they received. These are the winners' works that were picked to be featured. So those are pretty neat. Looks like they had acrylic gouache. This was from box 31 for March. So those are some more interesting pieces that were done. Very nice. And just more information. And this month's Upcrate battle, the theme is Let It Out. All you need to do is use the materials inside the box and then post your work on Instagram using the hashtag Upcrate battle. Cut out the battle card, which is here, and place it next to your artwork, and then the winner can win this collection of the Winsor & Newton India inks. So that is actually really cool. I wouldn't mind having the entire collection. I don't really need it, but that'd be really cool. But I'm not going to hold my breath on that. So that is interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and come up with a piece based on the colors that I received in this box. And I will swatch all these out, come back with information with it translated into dollars to see the value of the box when I review what I thought of the products. So stay tuned, and I will be right back with all of that. Okay, now that I've got that piece, welcome back. Time for review over the product now that the painting is done. This brush I really liked for adding down a lot of pigment. It's not so great for getting tiny details because it is pretty bushy and it's not got a fine tip on the end, but I really do enjoy this brush. It does hold a lot of pigment and it feels great in my hand while using it. And I did look more into it. It is synthetic, but that's fine. This water brush, as far as a water brush goes, I mean, it's a water brush. The whole taking this off, you dip it into your container of water and you hold the buttons in and you have to pull this up and it creates a suction to suck the water in. I know I got it off camera earlier when I did it, and it pulls the water in that way, and then you can lift it up and push all the air out kind of like a syringe. So that was different. It had a very good control. When squeezing, it wouldn't just flood the bristles. It would send down a drop of water down to the tip of the bristles. And it looks like I've got some paint pigment on the rubber part. So that's okay. I don't really care for water brushes. It was great for getting in some detail because it's got a nice tip and it looks like there's still some pigment in there. So I'm going to have to really wash this out really well when I'm done. I went ahead and took off all the dots and I put them in little half pans and with some of my other paints that I've got from other subscription boxes, and there's some that I've tried to fill myself and it's not going the greatest. They're not the greatest watercolors. Like that one keeps cracking. But anyhow, on these, there was not a lot of pigment in these little dots. They were just like a little sample to try. They cracked and broke into pieces when I was removing them from the card because they were really, really thin. They weren't any thicker than a penny. And I added a little bit of water on top of them to kind of dissolve and like get it workable. And it's been sitting, it's setting back up just fine. So as far as the paints go, I was pretty happy with it. I ended up using my dip pen for this white ink, so I can get tiny little bitty details in because that brush just was not quite a fine enough tip. Okay, and like I said, I had to get, it just didn't have a good enough tip on there to really get the detail. This is what I did with it. I did have a little issue with slight warping, nothing drastic. I'm sure I can get that to straighten out quite a bit. But I was very happy with the paper. It didn't tear, it didn't peel and flake, and the washi tape came off really well. Now, as far as the piece goes, it's not my proudest piece. I was not going for detail, for making it look really realistic or anything like this. This was just me just letting go and letting go of the control of exactly how it was going to look for the most part. The challenge that they gave us was to let out your dreams, feelings, thoughts, whether joy or anger, dreams or experiences. Show yourself shining on paper. So basically, to express your emotions and feelings and things that you might be going through with the colors that are given. To me, I've been going through a lot recently with my surgery that I had, the healing process, and just things in my life right now. So things can get a little jumbled. So my idea was, like, if the colors were to represent different emotions. So, you know, when you have just maybe one little emotion or a couple, it's really nice when they're just by themselves or just paired with just a couple emotions. Once you start holding in all the emotions, they all just start bottling up and becoming a chaotic mess to where like the colors blend together. They just intertwine. Sometimes it feels like you can't distinguish exactly how you feel. You don't know how you're feeling at the time or how to feel. And I'm pretty sure all of us have hit that point and sometime in our life. So this was just more like realizing that it may feel like there's no escape from your emotions sometimes, and the consequences and just everything going on in your life. But then you realize that it doesn't have to be that way. And if you open the door or to your self-imposed cage, I guess you can say, or basically lifting the veil from your eyes, you can see, hey, there is a way out, and all you have to do is just let it out, let go of everything, because it's not helping to hold it all in. And once you do, you realize there's just much more to life, and it's very freeing. It could be just as simple as talking to somebody that you know, even a stranger, and just kind of letting go and connecting and learning how to look in areas that your life needs work. So this was one area, and I've been wanting to do work the last couple weeks, but with the surgery, I haven't been able to sit to actually do it. So I kind of have been slightly depressed the last couple weeks, not being able to sit and work on my art the way I want to. And, I got to where I just didn't even want to think about it, but I don't want to get myself in that rut again. So that's why I went ahead and made myself sit down and just do this. And I got just into it. Once this was done, I actually felt amazing all the way around. I felt like, I was slightly more fulfilled. I had done something and didn't think about my incisions and how I was feeling after the surgery and all the issues that I've been having with that. And I just felt so much better. So, yeah, so that's that. Now, as far as if the box was worth it, they did. Oh, and these are the samples. I was trying out different kinds of masking fluid to see which ones might work better on this paper, and they do not work very well on this paper. This one right here was the Daniel Smith, and when I put the Winsor & Newton, it stained the paper. So I decided not to go that route, but I have concentrated pigments on the side and then washed it out. I tried doing where you drop the pigment in the water to see if it would bloom, and tried the salt test to see how well it would work with the salt. But I don't know if you can really see the colors really well where it's concentrated, but there is quite a bit of shine. Unfortunately, they didn't have a lot of pigment for the Skrims. They were just tiny samples, but they're really nice. They do have a website if you'd like to order some of their paints. They are handmade. So I will see if I can find that web address again and link it in the description if you'd like to take a look at it. They did send this paper talking about their price changes. The box value is in euros, and the value of everything in the box, I had to figure out the price for the paper because it was $56.90 in euros for a pack of 20, and they included 3 sheets. So that was 2.8495. I rounded it to 2.85 euros, and I calculated everything together. The total value of the box was rated $34.69 in euros, which is $37.33 in dollars. the subscription was $22 per month, and that equates to $23.68. So we got an extra $13.66 of value according to my money conversion calculator that I have. I'm not sure exactly how accurate it is. They are saying because of the inflation, they are increasing the subscription, and they say they have not since 2019. It's going from 22 euros to 24 per month. It was free worldwide shipping, but now but there was no tracking on it. Once they shipped it, you kind of had to wait for it to come in. When it came in, it came in. You were kind of at the mercy of the postal service. Let's see if I can zoom out. There we go. Sorry about that. And now they're adding shipping costs, but with the option you're going to get faster shipping and tracking. So it's supposed to also help cut down on the spoilers on social media. So for the US, for here, it's going to be €3 per month for shipping. So I went ahead and calculated that. My box now for the subscription is going to cost $25.83, and then $3.23 of shipping, because a euro is equivalent to $1.08 in US dollars. So I'm now going to be paying $29.06 a month for the box. So it's gone up a little bit more. Hopefully this isn't going to be an issue with the price jumping. I don't really think it is. It's not that expensive, really, because they're really well curated boxes. With it only being $13.66 worth of extra value from what was paid for this box, it's not a lot of extra value, but it was a well curated box. I got to try out new products that I would not normally. Yes, they're watercolor. I've tried out a ton of watercolors. I love watercolors, and I actually do know how to use watercolors, even though in this picture it doesn't really look like it. I think it's worth it just for like the value of trying out the products, trying something new, and seeing if you like it. This helps me to decide, do I like these products in the future? Would I buy these products in a full set? Those Van Goghs, I loved those Van Goghs. They were very rich in pigment. They diluted really easy. It didn't take a lot of water. It's very fast activating, and they dried very vibrant, as you can see here with the pink and the yellow. And yes, they do get affected by water and bloom, and they do blend together well. I was able to blend that on paper. So I think it was worth it for me. If you're looking for a huge value where they're giving you a ton more value in the box than what you paid for, like double or triple or whatever you might be looking for, then this probably is not the subscription for you. But if you're interested in trying other products, and products that are from other countries that we don't have here, like the Skrim paints, those are just based out of Germany. So people in Germany and the UK can get them. They do offer worldwide shipping, but you do have to pay the shipping for that. But it's more readily available there. It is handmade, so it is a bit more expensive, and they're not very well known yet. I don't think they've been going at it very long, but I did enjoy trying out their paints. They do have quite a bit of sparkle. I don't know if it's showing in the picture. I did drop salt while it was wet to kind of spread the pigments, because I wanted it to kind of mix together and push around. So it did cause it to leave a sparkle over the page in different spots, but there's still, it's not where it's not noticeable. I've seen some metallic paints to where it barely shows anything. So I was very happy with them. And, you know, they do get pretty light, and you can get pretty concentrated where you can see the colors. It really depends on how much you dilute it. So I would definitely try more of their paints given the chance. I don't need to order any right now to get a set. Maybe one of these days, if they have some kind of special deal and they have like a sampler pack, I may do that again to try them out again, because like I said, I did enjoy the paint. I would like to use them again to try to do something more serious than this, to where it's not as loose as this. This was just more playing with it, see how it would work together and get everything out like I had explained. So I'm going to leave that at that. I do expect my May scrawler box to be here any day now. I'm just waiting on the snail mail to actually get it to me. So once that is done, or once that comes in, I will go ahead and get the video. I will go ahead and do a piece now that I'm starting to feel better and I can actually sit, and I will go ahead and get the review up for that as well. Hopefully it comes in before the next box next month, but you never know with the mail. So thank you for stopping by and checking this out. I hope it helped you learn a little bit more about if you'd like to try these products or not, or even subscribe to this box. For me, it's worth it because I like trying products from other places and things that we don't necessarily have here. We do have access to, you know, like the Van Gogh and all that, but like the Skrim was something new. So that was very interesting and very nice. And they do give good products. And the Winsor & Newton ink, I mean, it's a good ink. I was disappointed that I got another white, but that's a personal thing. There's nothing against getting that. I'll use it. I use it quite a bit. So that'll be good for other work. So thank you for stopping by, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.